unreal suspense. Suspense that grips your heart in a vice. Feel fear. Numbing, paralyzing fear. Cape Fear, starring Gregory Peck, Robert Mitchum, Polly Bergen. Cape Fear, the screen's most terrifying war of nerves.
Well, I've seen the worst, the dregs, but you are the lowest. You just put the law in my hands, and I'm gonna break your heart with it. I got a little plan for your wife and kids that they're never gonna forget. Never. Nancy! Nancy! Tell the operator to call the sheriff's office. Send some men out here fast!
Cape Fear, the nightmare that becomes a shocking reality.
Oh, now, come on.
If you touch me, you'll go back to prison for life.
You want to make a little bet on that?
But you will. I'm not like Nancy. I'm not afraid to testify. I swear it. You've got to believe me. I'm not afraid.
Good evening, goblins and ghouls, and welcome to the Wednesday Night Scream Stream Mini-sode. I am your host, Spakenstein, joined as always by my very good friend, Mr. Evan Sink.
Good evening.
How we doing tonight, Evan?
We are good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Well, good evening, Evan. It'll clear up. Good evening, everyone. Hope everybody's doing well out there on this Wednesday evening. Good evening, Kathy. Hope you're doing well over in the YouTube chat. Hope you're doing well tonight, Kathy. Hope everybody else is doing good on this Wednesday. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. I hope you're getting through the work week. I hope it hasn't been too trying for anybody out there. And if it has, then here we are to ease the burden a little bit, take some of the stress off by unwinding with some public domain. Taking the edge off as we do every Wednesday and Friday.
Crack open a can of Scream Stream.
Yeah, a nice steaming can of Scream Stream. We're a flammable beverage. So it's look out. We're very potent. But that's us. So I hope everybody's ready to unwind with, as we've been enjoying on Wednesday nights, this public domain sci-fi anthology, Tales of Tomorrow. We've been enjoying our 9th season. This is our 9th round of mini-sodes, our 9th season of the Scream Stream. And so we're enjoying it with, this season's been a little different with a sci-fi anthology. Which we, we've had mostly horror anthologies when we watch television shows. So we've been doing it a little different this this season. And I'd say to our benefit. I mean, I've enjoyed it. So we're getting into another Tales of Tomorrow this evening. And we've got an interesting one lined up for you tonight. It's entitled A Child is Crying. And this is again, this show is from the
child crying.
Is that child? Yeah, is it yours? A child is crying. Is but this is an interesting one. It's again, this show is from the early 1950s. I believe tonight's episode was produced in 1951. So it's funny in that tonight's episode actually takes place. You'll see a title card in the beginning in 1961. So 10 years in the future at that time. So is it tonight's
real Tales of Tomorrow?
Yeah, we're getting into the future this time. And it's actually based on a existing short story, which, as we talked about when we first started watching Tales of Tomorrow, the whole impetus of the show was based on this producer basically getting the rights to a bunch of sci-fi stories with the plan to produce one each week. And he had the rights to thousands of stories. And so this is, I guess, is one of those stories. And it's by an author. His last name is McDonald. I can't remember his first name. But one of his more famous novels was the source material for the movie Cape Fear, both versions of the movie Cape Fear. That's why we showed that trailer in our pre-roll. Okay. So yeah, there's your Cape Fear connection. The writer. And so this is based on a short story of his that appeared in a science fiction magazine. And it's it does deal with a child. It's gonna be our main character, so a little bit different from last week there was a child, but the whole focus was on the scientists and the menace on the island that they're working on. And that was, of course, the Dune Rollers. So last week's episode, we had some monster action. This week, I think we're getting a little more into just the whole like kind of not time travel, but that idea of being in the future and being able to see in the future, which we've had a few episodes that have dealt with that, right? I know Karloff went to the past, right? And in the episode Past Tense.
Yeah.
But I can't.
And we've been to space. That's kind of like the future.
Yeah, that's true. And the crystal egg, he could see into Mars, which is not really the future. But I mean,
Well, we didn't. It wasn't ever. It could have been the future. It could have been Mars in the future.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Technically, I guess the whole show would take place in the future. Think about it, right? I mean, with all the crazy stuff that happens, I mean, we had an evil serum a few weeks ago. Like, we're definitely in the future when somebody creates an evil serum. We haven't quite gotten there yet with the scientific all these scientific achievements of the last however many decades. Still can't crack the evil serum.
Yeah, like a crying child. They finally cracked that one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's the hence tonight's episode title.
It took our scientists years, but they finally found out what makes a child cry.
Turns out it's again.
It's the future.
It's the
You just
future.
tell the kids about the future.
It's all that is literally the whole like joke, right? Is what kind of future are you leaving for your children? And then all you see is the faces of a bunch of crying children. After that, it's inevitable, right? So that's why. If you want to know why the child is crying, it's future's so dim, so horribly, horribly dim, and not bright whatsoever. I mean, again, this is 1961.
Speaking of dim, did anybody else catch the eclipse this week?
Yeah, I hope. I don't know if any of our viewers were in the path of totality or close to it, but we got a nice.
Yeah, we were not, but
we
got
weren't.
a nice. We got a nice view. If you had the glasses.
Yeah. I
to not burn your eyes out.
I didn't, and I just there's a spot that's right here, and I can't quite get. No, I was just kidding. No.
I just couldn't resist that siren song of the sun that said, "Look at me, look at me."
Don't you want to
said,
see what's
"Okay,
happening
just
right
this
now?
once."
Yeah, I get.
You're gonna miss it. It's gonna be 20 years.
You don't want FOMO. Yeah. So now here we are.
Would you rather have blindness or FOMO?
Future's so bright, I don't even need shades anymore because I looked at the eclipse and I came out on the other side. Now I don't even need sunglasses anymore.
And yeah, it's okay though, because you don't need eyes to. You can just still listen to the movies. You don't have to watch them.
It's true. It's actually better for my health if I don't watch them and I just listen to them. But that's according to some sources. And okay, there you go, Kathy. Very nice. In Ohio, in the path of totality. That's boom. And I'm sure that I think what I enjoyed about it is just seeing the sky get darker and everything, because it's not just like a storm clouds covering up the sun. Like it's comparable to that, but there's the way that everything takes on like it's almost like
it's kind of dusky.
It's almost like you have put on sunglasses because suddenly everything's got this. Yeah, it's got this like these deep shadows that almost give everything like a higher resolution. And then, yeah, you've got this kind of different hue to the sky and to the trees and everything. It is definitely pretty wild. So, and birds going crazy, whatever crazy activity you may have witnessed during an eclipse. Who knows? Maybe you saw some crazy pagan rituals. I don't know.
Sacrifice.
Yeah, exactly. That's always this is always a good time for that. So if you maybe that was what you were up to on Eclipse Day, and if so, good for you. Hope you had fun. And
good work. Hopefully you appeased the sun gods.
Yeah, I mean, somebody's got to do this work. Somebody's got to be paying tribute. So, the animals. Yeah, that is kind of the funny thing about it, Nice Fan, is that just how confused certain animals must be by the whole thing. I mean, there were a bunch of birds chirping around my place, kind of going crazy. Mm-hmm. And you can definitely tell all right, something's up. They're definitely all thrown off. Everything's out of whack. So I'm sure other critters, especially at the zoo. I don't know if I'd want to be at the zoo during an eclipse. But apparently that's what my
I think that's maybe the best place.
Apparently that's what my nephew's his school or his class did. They went on a field trip to the zoo. Although I think they had left by the time that the eclipse made its way over here in our neck of the woods. So kind of missing out. But
yeah, just walking around looking at all the animals, thinking you guys don't even know. you don't even know what's coming.
Yeah,
But
and
I
then
do.
when it
And you'll
does,
lose it.
the monkeys are just flying off the cages, and the giraffes are, doing crazy shit with their necks. I don't know. I mean, who knows? Get into all kinds of crazy scenarios when you start imagining it. But if you were actually there and you saw it and you saw some crazy stuff, screamstreamshow@gmail.com. Let us know your crazy zoo eclipse adventure. Always in the mood for one of those stories. But we've got to get into our tale of tomorrow this evening, which again entitled "A Child Is Crying." Anything else before we get into it tonight?
I think this child's crying because it missed the eclipse. So sad.
Yeah, its parents said you can't go outside of your room at all today. You have to stay inside your room. We don't trust you not to look at the sun, and we didn't buy any glasses in time, so you don't get to go out and do all the fun eclipse stuff with the other kids. And so that's why she's crying.
Yeah, you forgot to feed the dogs, so you don't get to see the eclipse. Maybe in 20 years.
You get nothing. Yeah, pretty brutal. All right. Well, on that note, as you always say, nice fan. Let's see. All right, Evan, if you've got it queued. Oh wait, let's see. Nice. Yep. That's some sage advice there, nice fan. That's I'm gonna have to
Yep, you save up all those tears and you let them all out at once.
I'm gonna have to start imparting that wisdom on my nieces and nephews. Love that. Well, on that note, Evan, if you've got it queued up,
I do.
We're going to go ahead and get into the exciting beginning of Tales of Tomorrow. A Child is Crying right now. Tales of Tomorrow. Sometimes the announcer says it, sometimes he doesn't say it.
He's off today.
He's a little off today.
We're gonna watch this episode 10 seconds at a time.
I mean,
really
at this point, it does. It feels like
shoot this one slowly.
Back in the day when you had a DVD that you just didn't take care of, and you watched so much, it was covered in scratches, and you didn't want to get a new one, but you did, and you loved that one so much, but it skipped like every few seconds, and then it would just glitch out eventually. And this is the golden era of DVDs.
I think that would almost be preferable to what we're experiencing.
I 100%. There's nothing more frustrating than seeing that fucking rotating circle go around and around and around, and then it starts. Oh, it's awful. And I apologize to you guys. I apologize to the audience that you guys have to deal with this bullshit. And I'm embarrassed, and I apologize. So I'm at 46 seconds now, Evan. I think we're gonna be able to get this train rolling.
All right, this is for real.
This is for real, and nice fan. I do love that. Yeah, this is just our frame by frame installment of Tales of Tomorrow tonight. We're just really getting in depth with our analysis. You know, slowing it down. All right, I'm pretty sure, Evan. So you're at 46 seconds, ready to go.
I'm ready.
All right, then we're gonna get into it for real this time, right now. Security is your job. Wow.
Lily?
Yeah, I love these old timey.
Would you mind repeating that, please?
Didn't you hear my answer,
I've
Dr.
never felt so
Hardy?
Yes,
motivated.
but I want to make sure that my adjustments are correct.
The possibility of
Fuck!
isolating protactinum and subjecting it to a bombardment of neutrons brings into the foreseeable future the development of a weapon much more powerful than the hydrogen bomb.
Lily, where did you learn that? The only mention of that problem is in my top secret file there in the laboratory.
I worked it out.
Lily, we're brought here because of certain claims made concerning your mental ability. Are you aware of those claims?
I know what they are.
Are the claims justified?
They are substantially correct.
Yes, I'm afraid they are. I have a little girl, just about your age. Would you wait here, Lily, please? Corporal, just keep an eye on her, please.
Doctor.
Mrs. Massner, you should be very proud of your daughter. She is an extraordinary child.
Can I?
No, I'm sorry. You'll be able to see her in just a few minutes. Yes.
Wait. Just wait.
Well, Doctor, is she a fake? She is no fake. That 9-year-old girl has a mentality equal to some of our most brilliant physicists. I questioned her about her background. She could read and write when she was a year old. At 2 1/2, she was doing quadratic equations, and now she can carry on a conversation.
Oh man, I couldn't even do quadratic equations when I was
How do you account for it, Doctor?
like 9 times as old as she was.
Maybe she is a mutation due to proximity to radiation. Maybe she is an evolutionary time switch. And I can tell you this.
Whoa.
Every claim made about the girl is substantially correct. She has a level intelligence way beyond all existing standards.
Well, that's enough for me. General, I'm ready to make my recommendation.
Every sci-fi explanation back then is like radiation did it.
Doctor, the committee considers that child a national
There's plenty of that
resource.
floating
She has
around.
the brain to figure out a foolproof defense against
Wow.
missiles, a plan to increase weapon production, to lick bottlenecks. We propose that she be kept here for that purpose.
Congressman, she's still a child.
You said yourself she had intelligence beyond all existing standards.
Well, she has,
Freaking
but she's still a
congressman.
child. She has to have the human relationship of a child, the environment of a child, all the security and affection that a growing girl needs.
Security should be under 24-hour guard. That's enough security for anybody. And as far as affection goes, if she does her job well, we'll all love her.
What about her?
Spakenstein, get the heads of the department together. I want all existing problems ready for our presentation to Lily Massner at 4
That's
o'clock
absurd.
this afternoon. That's all for now.
Wow. The most
Well, you work for us now.
that was the most stereotypical congressman and the most stereotypical army general.
You in the way that you want without your keeping her here? She's just a little girl.
Mrs. Massner, your daughter is not just a little girl. Surely that has been made clear to you. You'll have to face the facts, ma'am. Your daughter is a free... Mrs. Massner, no, indeed. As a matter of fact, you should be extremely proud of Lily. Why, she has the opportunity of doing the national defense, one of the greatest single services ever performed by an individual.
May I talk to Lily, please, Mr. Fawn? If she really wants to.
Get the kid. General, please.
Get the kid.
Get the kid.
Yes, sir. Lily, will you come in here, please?
Lily, do you know what these men want you to do? They want me to stay here and advise them. Do you want to? Wouldn't you rather come home with me? Home to Daddy? Mother, I know you won't understand this, but I'd rather stay here.
Lily, listen to me. You are an intelligent girl. You realize that the child of your age still needs her mother.
You're not being scientific, Dr. Hardenstein. You're being emotional. Just because you have a daughter of my age, don't let yourself be guilty of false reasoning. It is obvious that I have no further need for my parents, Lily. Any more than you have further need for your parents.
Wow.
Well,
Brutal.
now we're in business, so you won't regret this, Mrs. Masner.
Lily, are you sure?
That guy's just thinking,
I'm
man, but I
sure.
love my parents.
Mrs. Masner, I'll drive you into town.
Dang, cold-blooded.
Yeah. I'm putting away my childish things.
She really is.
I have determined that it is necessary to reassemble the protactitron so that the positive ions to be accelerated are introduced at the center of the D system, where they are repelled by the positive D1 and attracted by the negative D2. Thus the ions are accelerated across the gap between the Ds and pass into the electric field-free region within the interior of D2, where they are unchanged by the subsequent change in the voltage between the Ds.
But Lily, that means the ions will be slowed down.
That sure was a whole lot of work.
Yeah, I didn't understand any of that.
It is
A
reversed,
lot of
Doctor,
science, I
and
guess.
D1 becomes negative and D2 becomes positive. That'll be all for today, General Gates.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Excuse, gentlemen, that's all.
nice. She's running the place. She really is, though.
Well, Lily, you're getting there. We're getting there. In the 6 weeks that you've been here, we've accomplished more than we have in the last couple of years. But listen, I've never brought this subject up before, but I would like to know. All the head doctors in the country have broken out into print about why you are the way you are. Now, I'd like to know your opinion. Why do you think you're such a deviation from the norm?
There is nothing to be gained by giving you that information.
Ooh.
Just a minute there.
Oh,
Maybe you'll
wow.
complain, but I'm still the commanding officer here, and when I get an order or ask a question, I expect an answer. An accurate answer.
Well, she didn't lie to you, man.
Is that clear?
Neither is there anything to be gained by taking this childish attitude, Gates.
Why, you little shrimp, I could have you court-martialed. I could also take you across my knee.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck.
What did you do just then?
Nothing.
Well, something knocked me over that stool. What did you do?
I merely suggested it to you.
Suggested it.
Precisely. I could have suggested that you jump out the window. It's 12 stories down. But that would have upset the time patterns.
There's time patterns.
Certainly. The patterns by which the future may
Time
be
pattern?
calculated.
Now, just a minute. Do you mean to say that you can foretell the future?
With reasonable accuracy. It's simply a matter of applying the past rhythm to the future rhythm and determining which of the possibilities is the correct one.
Never mind that. If you can foretell the future, then you can foresee military
Lily is
attacks,
the
right?
Lisan Al-Gaib.
Of course, you will.
Any attack on us?
I do.
Soon?
Very soon.
Well, in heaven's name, Lily, tell me when. Who?
I won't.
You won't.
No. I will do nothing that will alter these time patterns.
Oh, shit.
This is rank insubordination.
The spice must flow, General.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wait.
All right. Stop.
Oh,
My God. Oh, damn. Jeez. We can let it go a couple more minutes. We'll give it like 2 more minutes.
Okay.
Well, Doctor, do you think she's bluffing or don't you? Can a person foretell the future?
Gentlemen, up to now, science has believed the future to be the result of an infinite progression of probabilities, with the added factor of a complete randomness. If Lily has discovered a pattern to that randomness, yes, I think it's logical to believe that she can foretell the future, and I wish she couldn't.
What do you mean by that?
General, for almost 10 years I've been the head physicist here. My work has been entirely in the field of atomic development. And by atomic development, I mean this bomb, our latest achievement, A-33. Capable of 1,000 times more destruction.
We are aware of the power of A-33, Doctor. What has that to do with it?
Congressman, I am a scientist. Science is life. I am a
That's
student
just
of
a
life.
Nerf football.
This is death. The only way we scientists can force ourselves to work with death is not to think of the probable results of our work. And now comes along a little child, equipped with the power to look over our shoulder and say to us, I can tell you precisely and exactly what the result of your work is going to be. Don't you understand? I don't want to know the exact, precise result of my work. I very much prefer not to know it.
Oh, dang.
Doctor, that girl's got information concerning an imminent attack on this country, and she's holding out on us. What I want to know right now is what she's not telling us. Now, I don't care how you do it, but get in there and find out. That's all, Doctor. Get busy with it. Come on, Bummer. I got a lot of other things to talk
Get
about
busy
you.
with it. Bomb. And we'll take the break right there. I'm at 12:20.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a...
That's a good spot. So that was the exciting first half of A Child is Crying. What do we think so far, Evan?
So this is basically just Stranger Things, right?
Right. Yeah. Her name is 11. And we haven't seen her get her first nosebleed yet, but it's coming. Rest assured.
Yeah. The Demogorgon's gotta get in here. We need a monster.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it's all coming. We're gonna get the what is it, what was it called? Is it the Upside Down? Is that what they call
the Upside Down?
Yeah, we're gonna go to the Upside Down. God, dude, I watched the first 2 seasons of that show, and I haven't really been in the loop since. So, I can't say I'm fresh on my Stranger Things lingo, but what are you gonna do? I see Dog Stars over in the chat, Fresh Rogan in the chat. Nice to hear from you guys. Hope y'all are doing well. Yeah. I mean, the scientists and the congressman and the general. It's so funny to see all these. Sounds like the beginning of a joke, doesn't it? Okay. Have you heard this one? A scientist, a general, and a congressman walk into a bar.
Walk into a secret laboratory.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically what we've got so far here. So I can't wait to see what the punchline is. But
so this is a secret like government lab, I guess. But he said that all the like top doctors around the country have been like, they're aware of her. Like, it seems like they would want to keep that a secret.
You would think so. Yeah. I don't think it sounds like somebody blew the lid off of it. They couldn't keep it a secret for too long. I mean,
yeah, we're here in this is Area 50. the public is allowed to visit.
Right. 50 is where they keep all the telekinetic children, right? That's the facility they house all the of those cases in Area 50. Although I will say this, I mean, this episode's interesting, like, I guess for one, the fact that it takes place in 1961, even though it was filmed in 1951, and the fact that, I mean, they're not too far off from this fear that the country's going to be under attack. Like, we're in imminent danger. And, you know, I mean, obviously, Cold War paranoia spiked kind of like in the early 60s. And so it's funny that that's kind of essentially, I think, where this story, like, is falling. It's kind of predicting in a way that it would get that bad. Right.
Yeah, that's all we needed to get out of the Cold War was a psychic child.
Well, I mean, I feel like I've seen or heard that plot somewhere before. Isn't that what like some of the X-Men movies are about? Isn't it like they're using the mutants to do
probably
something? I don't know, something like that. I know there's been those kind of plots.
Dr. X is gonna roll out in the next scene.
Right. Yeah, I'm just waiting for him to take this young girl to his school with all the other gifted mutants. I don't know. I mean, seems like she could stand to be taken down a peg or two. She's you know, 6 weeks in this military base, and she's already running the joint and ready to throw generals out windows.
We're about to have our first 9-year-old president.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, she's gonna lower the voting age all the way down. She can ensure that you will continually be elected. Yeah, I don't know. It is funny that it's an interesting plot for a Tales of Tomorrow episode. It's the idea of a telekinetic child is. I mean, again, this is 1951. But for a 1951 TV show, it's like a fun bit. Yeah, nice fan. I was worried that that's where the general was headed. I was afraid that he was. Yeah, as he was like, "Let me ask you a question." I was like, "Oh no, what is he about to ask her?" And then it was just, "Why do you think you are how you are?" Which I was a deep question I was not expecting the general to ask. And yeah, she hit him with the clap back. She said, "You don't need that information is on a need to know basis, and you don't need to know." That's exactly what she told him. And
she said, "None ya."
She did. She really did. Exactly like a girl that age. You know, she may be a telekinetic genius, but she's still like 11-year-old girl. What are you gonna do? It's funny though. It's this episode's been enjoyable so far. So we'll see what they do. I mean, what can they do?
We'll see where this goes. Yeah, what's gonna happen?
Well, if this exists in the same universe as the Evil Within, then by this point in 1961, they've invented a dumb serum. So they just give her the dumb serum, and she's, you know, she's just a normal girl again. She goes back home, and all's well. Could happen. Yes. But it's interesting. Apparently, in the short story, it's a little boy, and in this adaptation, they changed it to a girl. So it's a kind of an interesting tweak to make to the story. But you can argue maybe it's more effective. I don't know. I mean, we'll see how it plays out. But so far, so good. I mean, of course, you know, can't be watching a episode about a telekinetic child and not show a trailer with a movie with telekinetic children. So that's what we got for our break, the trailer for Children of the Damned, which is about these children that have these kind of telekinetic mind powers, and so that's the second movie. The first one, it's Village of the Damned, and these kids are just all born to women in the village, and they take over the village basically and start killing people, and it's pretty wild.
Like Children of the Corn.
Yeah, pretty much. And they kind of look like it too. They've got like white eyes and white hair, and they're all real creepy. Really, like the whole idea of creepy kids, like, you know, Children of the Damned or Village of the Damned is one of those iconic kind of creepy kid movies. And Village of the Damned is a sequel, but it's not really a direct sequel. It kind of takes the same premise of like all these kids, but like they're all of them are born around the world, and they come together to like take over the world or something.
Please tell me the tagline for that film is "It takes a village."
It should be. I think unfortunately it's about the kids' eyes. It's like these are the eyes that paralyze, which
missed opportunity there.
Yeah. It really is. Well, John Carpenter remade it. Maybe that was one that he the tagline he went with. I haven't looked at too much promotional material from his version of Village of knows. So Children of the Damned is I've seen it. I can't remember a lot of it, but it was interesting. The kids are creepy, and the effects they're cheesy, but they're fun. I love my cheesy effects. Don't we all? If you're watching this show, you probably love cheesy effects. But yeah, so we'll enjoy this trailer for Children of the Damned, and when we come back, we'll get into the exciting conclusion of Tales of Tomorrow. A Child is Crying. So stick around. We'll be right back.
Beware these children. Behind their fiery, hypnotic eyes lurk the demon forces of another world. It's them or us, for these are the children of the damned. Children of the Damned. Even more eerie and startling than the sensational Village of the Damned.
I think they are the cells of man. Advanced maybe 1 million years.
Could they actually be creatures from other planets, centuries beyond us scientifically, invading the Earth disguised as children? There's Paul from England, Nina from Russia, Rashid from India, Mi Ling from China, Ago from Nigeria, and Mark from America. Who are they really? As we of the Earth push further and further into space, are they the answer to our probing?
They're not kids! Have you ever seen them laugh, run, play? No, by God, but you've seen them kill.
The ambassadors of all the Earth's nations experience their defiance.
Paul, we must know how to make that machine.
We'd never think of trying to force you, of course.
Theirs is the power of evil, turning friend against friend, hating, killing, yet armed with no weapon you can see or touch. Unless we can learn to live with them, we may cease to live at all. Can any force on Earth stop their fury?
At this very moment, they could be making all those men out there turn their guns on one another.
And we are back. So that was the trailer for Children of the Damned. And yeah, as you can see, some pretty scary eyes on those kids, man.
very spooky.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely kind of you can see where something like Children of the Corn and just any kind of creepy kid movie could be inspired by the just that whole look and vibe. And in the Village of the Damned movie, they all like look the same. They all have these like terrible like white hair, like bowl haircuts, and you know, they all dress the same, and it's a wild look. And yeah, I mean, definitely Village of the Damned is more kind of like just the horror of this isolated village and all these kids, and it's much more a horror movie than Children of the Damned's a little more kind of, I don't know, just got more going on. It's not as contained. So
These kids are on the loose.
yeah, they are. It's so, you know, trying to take over the world domination. Maybe that's what's on the mind of our telekinetic child this evening. Maybe she's planning a little world domination. The imminent threat they're facing. Who do you think it's from? Her. Yeah. I mean, they never see it coming, man. Yeah. I mean, she's just
I was going to jokingly posit that this girl was an alien, but I guess based on that trailer that's already been done.
Yeah, well, again, this is before that. This is
okay, well,
yeah, this is way before that.
Okay.
I think that movie came out in the either 1959 or 1960.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, so well after this. And the story, I can't remember, the story for this may have only come out like only a few years before they did this TV adaptation. Actually, one other thing I forgot to mention, this had actually been adapted for television before this. Before tonight's 1951 episode.
Sheesh.
What earlier show could you even think of that would do an adaptation of this story? I'll give you want me to give you a hint?
Sure, yeah, give me a hint.
We've watched it for our mini-sodes.
We watched that episode?
We
or
didn't
watched
watch
the show?
we didn't watch that episode, but we watched the show.
Oh gosh, what's the earliest one we've watched?
Oh, come on.
Oh god, Alcoa, what's Newland's show?
This is earlier than that. Remember, Newland's show came 8 years after tonight's show.
Okay, yeah, I'm a little all over the time.
All right, I'll give it to you.
Lights
out.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was the earlier one.
And we did not watch that one. So, I mean, there's enough Lights Out episodes that once we get to the point where I've run out of new things to show for our minisodes, we may go back and watch some more Lights Out. Actually, you know what? I've thought about doing a season that's just a grab bag of different like public domain, like, or like, because sometimes there's just like one episode of a show or of certain things that are like horror themed. Like there's one episode of Alfred Hitchcock Presents that's public domain. There's like, you know, some random stuff. So I've thought about just doing a season of random. So maybe I'll throw in that episode of Lights Out so we can, if it exists. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't exist anymore. I'll have to look and see. Again, a lot of these old TV shows don't survive. So, you know, I mean, think about what we're watching tonight and all the episodes that we've seen of this. It's just a somebody filmed a screen that was playing this. It's a recording of a screen. That's why the quality is less than stellar. And that's what a kinetoscope. I think, did I pronounce that right? That's good. Kinescope? I don't know what it is. Whatever that's called. That's the technique of filming a screen instead of like dealing with the actual like, you know, tape. You're just filming the broadcast. That's how a lot of early TV survives, because they didn't save, you know, they weren't like recording it and saving it. So that's what we get. We'll take what we can get. So we're about to get into the exciting conclusion of A Child is Crying. Anything before we get into it, Ed?
So we're I think what we're gonna get here is the camera's gonna pan over and there's gonna be this mouse that is suddenly very dumb.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right. We're gonna get a Flowers for Algernon type deal. That's all right. I like that. That would be a twist. I could see that. I mean, I think we're thinking that she's gonna get dumber somehow. That's the I think that's the big bet. They're gonna find some way to neutralize the threat. I don't know what else they could do. You know, like
Our top scientists working on this. How can we make this girl dumb?
I mean, it's all it takes is just a little bit of chemical magic. I'm sure they'll be able to do it.
They invented the television.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll definitely do it. On that note, Evan, if you've got it queued up.
I do.
Then we're going to go ahead and get into the exciting conclusion of Tales of Tomorrow. A Child is Crying right now.
I can speak with Lily for a few moments alone. Well, Lily, how are you feeling?
I'm very well, thank you. I've been reading your book, Science the Savior. Do you think science will save the world, Doctor?
Lily, have you any information to the contrary?
That means you've been talking to General Gates. I'm not going to tell you what you want to know, Doctor. It's a waste of time to ask me.
Now, Lily, you are too good a scientist to be guilty of false conclusions. It is not what I want to know. It's what I have been instructed to find out. You know that I have a little girl just about your age back in Massachusetts. I think I mentioned that before.
Yes. What's her name?
Amanda. I haven't seen her for almost 2 years.
What?
That's too bad.
Yes.
You should have seen her while you still had the chance.
Oh, shit.
Meaning, meaning that I no longer have a chance?
You were planning to visit her for Christmas.
Yes, how did you know that? Of course, your time rhythms. You mentioned Christmas. This is August. Are you saying that within 4 months...
I'm saying nothing.
But you inferred it.
Inference has value only when supported by demonstrable facts.
Got him.
I like you, Doctor. You're the only one who has...
In other words, go see your kid.
Please don't ask me to tell you things I mustn't tell you.
Lily, why are you withholding this information? You must understand how important.
Yeah, nice fan. I see the
Book,
resemblance.
Chapter 7, the section on humanism and science?
Yes, I read it. Are you practicing it now? Science is life, you say. Are you helping to progress life?
Are you?
More than you know.
By refusing to tell us about this proposed attack so we can prepare for it and save lives.
And how would you prepare for this attack? No! The weapons would become deadlier and deadlier. the suffering and the destruction would become greater and greater. Soon the Earth would be completely uninhabitable. Science, instead of being the savior, would become the destroyer. The time pattern I foresee is horrible, but not so horrible as it would be if I told you when and by whom you will be attacked, so that you could strike first.
Uh-oh.
Who are you? Will you tell me that? Where did you come from and what has made you?
You made me, Doctor. Science made me. The discovery of how to split the atom and make destructive weapons of a size and power never before contemplated made me. I'm a direct evolutionary product, like the man who invented the wheel. He was born because he was necessary to the survival of humanity.
Are you a necessary product for humanity's survival?
I am. The use of atomic energy has made knowledge of the future indispensable to survival. I have that knowledge. I and a few others. There are about 20 of us scattered over the face of the Earth. In the destruction that is coming, no more than 150 million people will be left living on the Earth. We 20 will be among them. We will survive.
Damn.
And when the fighting and the dying have finished, and when the diseases and the plagues that will follow have finished, we 20 will set about rebuilding the world.
Lily, listen to me.
Damn.
Not as a scientist, but as the father of a little girl about your age. You let me know so I can protect Amanda.
I can't do that.
I'm not revealing the information.
You mustn't ask me to do that, Doctor. It isn't safe.
How can you be so hard?
You made me what I am. People who make bombs know why they're making bombs.
You helped us. You showed us how to make deadlier bombs.
I have increased your ability to destroy yourself. That is all. I have hastened the process, knowing that my effectiveness cannot begin until yours is over.
Damn, she punked him.
Your daughter. I can tell you only to what extent you've sacrificed her.
Lily's an accelerationist.
You must tell me.
Well, Hartenstein, did you get anywhere?
Yes, I got somewhere.
Well, Doctor, what have you to tell us?
Congressman, do your Christmas shopping early this year.
Survival of humanity.
Are you a necessary product for humanity's survival?
I am. The use of atomic energy has made knowledge of the future indispensable to survival. I have that knowledge. I and a few others. There are about 20 of us scattered over the face of the Earth. In the destruction that is coming, no more than 150 million people will be left living on the Earth.
Okay, now it cut back in. Uh-oh.
I'm sorry. Dr. Hartenstein.
Uh-oh.
Dr. Hartenstein.
What is it?
I think he's fainted.
No, that's the way of that.
Up into the laboratory with her, quick!
Dang. So I guess that conversation was them discussing that they were gonna inject her with all this.
Lily, are you
Whatever
all right?
that was.
Yes,
Do you know just what happened?
certainly. It was anticipated.
Why didn't you avoid it then?
To do so would have been to alter the future.
Never mind that. You know what we want from you?
Yes,
Give us the answers then.
Oh, they sure full of sodium pentothal?
not less than 40, no more than 52 days.
Nobody.
War will intercountry warfare, as it will dissolve all financial, linguistic, and religious barriers.
But Lily, what about survival? Will I survive? Will any of us survive?
I will survive.
What about the rest of us?
You will not.
With enough information, we'll survive and win too. Now stop hedging. Tell me everything you know. Who's launching this attack? Within 24 hours, we'll have enough planes over them to wipe them off the face of the earth.
You will not wipe them out, because you will not know who they are.
Oh, yes, we will. You can't hold out on us now. You know the effectiveness of Paramine.
Varamine is very effective. In another minute, my intellect will be temporarily reduced to that of an average child.
Uh-oh.
It will be a long time before it regains its present level. But it will not again be needed until the time comes to rebuild from the rubble you will make.
Blast you. Don't give me that baloney. You can't stall us anymore. Now I want to know who's making that attack or I'll break your neck. Tell me, who is it?
Hey.
Who are you? What are you doing here? What do you want? I want my mama. I want to go home.
Tell me who it is.
I want my mama.
What is the matter with her?
I told you the drug was dangerous. It's gone. Her reasoning power is gone.
Yeah, Fresh. I immediately... That earworm got stuck in my head as soon as she said that.
No one can help us now, Congressman. All we can do is to stand here in a darkened room and watch a little child crying.
Brutal. Dang. Wow. That yeah, that John McDonald, that was the author of the short story. Wow. So that was A Child is Crying. What did we think, Evan?
Well, I think they played themselves there. We kind of missed the yeah.
It did the trick. I mean,
it did too well. Maybe they should have
got a little bit smarter, you know? I mean, they could have tried some other methods before just risking it all. And you know, what do you think? Do you think they made it? Do you think that they
Well, yeah, the thing about like apocalyptic baseball team.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah.
No,
Go
there's
ahead.
a show.
That is a show. I'd watch it. Yeah, you gotta love the whole like the way that this seems to. They're obviously still coming off of atomic era, you know. I mean, I guess still in the depths of atomic era paranoia, which is giving way to Cold War paranoia.
Deep into it.
So it's sorry about that, Dog Star. It's hopefully it holds. We're about to sign off, and I again apologize for all the technical difficulties tonight. It's been a pain in the ass, and I really appreciate everybody bearing with us through this BS. You know, rest assured, I want to get to the bottom of
we're
it.
A hot mess. Thanks for sticking around.
Yeah, that's the best way to say it. 100%. So, but yeah, I mean, tonight's episode is pretty good, pretty enjoyable. I mean, the sequences with her terrorizing the general is pretty good. I guess I'd rank
The only thing you know what I wish they did?
What?
I wish that they had her like move something with her mind, like they had something on a string
Yeah.
across the room.
Yeah, I wish they would have gone a little more into like her actually having like seeing like demonstrations of her patterns and not just the time loops or whatever it was that she was using.
Yeah, I got the power of suggestion. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's like it's subtle. I mean, what it really reminds me of, and I mean, I hate to, I always come back to this, but it just reminds me of Dune.
Ah, okay, interesting. Power of suggestion.
Telling the future, like power of suggestion, voice power, super mind computer powers. But what's interesting is that this predates Dune by like a decade or more.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the author of this short story wrote a bunch of. I mean, it seems like he wrote all kinds of different genres, but did a fair amount of science fiction. And that's the thing, like all the like science fiction like magazine. At that point, we'll be getting close to our 100th movie. But yeah, I know. But for now, we're gonna be watching our 80 either 86th or 87th movie. Not sure which it is. But this Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be watching a science fiction film from 1985. We're going to be watching Creature. And this is an alien style mockbuster kind of a thing. I don't know if it's... We'll see. I've never seen it before. I don't know much about it. But it, one of the latest films that we're going to be watching on this show. I can't tell you how it's public domain. I'll try to really come up with a good answer on Friday. But it's so weird, man, like because everything you read says that it is, but
it just is.
So I guess it just is, but I couldn't tell you how, but I'll try to on Friday.
If enough people say it's public domain, it is.
And honestly, unfortunately, that's how some of this stuff I think actually is treated. Some copyright owners just have they're like, I don't have the energy to fight all these people, upload my shit, just whatever. I don't know. Who knows what it is? I'll try to get to the bottom of it before Friday. And of course, as always, Evan brings us a delicious cocktail on Friday to pair with the evening's film in a little segment which we call...
What were you drinking?
What are we going to be drinking on Friday, Evan?
Well, I hope you're going to be thirsty because we're making a big bowl of acidic alien blood punch.
Ooh.
So this is... we're making a bowl of punch this Friday.
Very
and
nice.
If you're really thirsty at home, you can make a big bowl of punch too. All you need is some pineapple juice, some lime sherbet, some triple sec, some ginger ale, some prosecco, and some bitters, some Angostura bitters. So it's been a little while since we've had a punch, but
I don't know the last time.
I'm really looking forward to this. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this movie because I mean, this is modern. Like this was released yesterday by our standards. So,
yeah, this is
celebrate the special occasion.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah, to really do it up right with a whole bunch of punch. I'm excited, man. I mean, I think it's good to celebrate. This may be the latest film that we'll watch on the show. Like, I don't think there's any that come after 1985. So,
yeah, probably not.
Oh. and it's pure sci-fi horror.
We're gonna do it up.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. So you can catch that this Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Of course, here on our YouTube channel, but also over on Twitch. If you watch on Twitch, we're over there at Scream Stream Show. We're also over on all the socials at Scream Stream Show. You can, if you need to get Evan's cocktail recipe, this punch recipe for Friday, get all the ingredients. You can find that recipe over on our Instagram page. And of course, we're also TikTok, X, and somewhere else. I can't even remember. So much social media mumbo jumbo to keep track of these days. Who needs it? Well, we we're a show. Unfortunately we have to use it. But of course you can find us on the socials as well, because I guess we need it too. You can find me over on X at Spakenstein, and of course Mr. Evan Sink is on X and Instagram at Caligari First. Anything before we sign off tonight, Evan?
So if you're a 9-year-old with the mind of an adult, can you still eat off the kids menu?
No. I think they're gonna.
That's just being smart.
Yeah.
I want a free meal.
Yeah, nice try. I think they'll be able to suss that out pretty quick. When you hand her the kids menu and she starts doing quadratic equations on the dang and crayons, that's when you know. Oh no, she's not getting by with the discount. Not gonna happen.